Good morning, and we are in section 72. I think I'm going to take 2 days on this one. It's not so long that we couldn't just do it all, but I think I'm going to do that. And remember the resources yesterday that I talked about. You might want to look into those, the ones that I was talking about. I'll just flip back there really quick, I guess. We've got these: helping others with questions, loving others and living with differences, and valiant discipleship in the latter days. I find the topics and questions, helping others with questions, was very good. I'm not going to go through it, of course, because there's just too much for us to cover, but it's really good. It's good to cover every once in a while so that you can practice and think about how you share with other people. So we go to 72. And then as you see, it's now December 4th. So a little bit of time. The revelation given through Joseph Smith, the prophet, at Kirtland, Ohio. Several elders and members had assembled to learn their duty and be further edified in the teachings of the church. This section is a compilation of 3 revelations received the same day, making known the first verses 1 through 8 is making known the calling of Noel K. Whitney as a bishop. And as far as I'm aware, he's the second bishop called. He was then called and ordained, after which verses 9 through 23 were received, giving additional information to the bishop's duties. And thereafter, verses 24 to 26 were given, provided instructions concerning the gathering to Zion. Now, I'm going to go up to probably 13 and then leave the rest for the next day. Hearken and listen to the voice of the Lord, O ye who have assembled yourselves together, who are high priests of my church, to whom the kingdom and the power have been given. For verily, thus saith the Lord, it is expedient in me for a bishop to be appointed unto you, or of you unto the church in this part of the Lord's vineyard. And verily, this thing ye have done wisely, for it is required of the Lord at the hand of every steward to render an account of his stewardship, both in time and in eternity. For he who is faithful and wise in this in time is accounted worthy to inherit the mansions prepared for him of my Father. So you have that stewardship, and the blessing is that you are worthy to inherit the mansions prepared for him and of my Father. So he's kind of explaining how it works both in time and in eternity there. Verily I say unto you, the elders of the church in this part of my vineyard shall render an account of their stewardship unto the bishop, who shall be appointed of me in this part of my vineyard. These things shall be had on record to be handed over to the bishop. And the duty of the bishop shall be made known by the commandments which have been given, and the voice of the conference. So he's still developing it. Edward Partridge has been doing the best he can, but I'm sure that these things, when revealed, helped Edward Partridge even more. And now verily I say unto you, my servant Newell K. Whitney is the man who shall be appointed and ordained unto this power. This is the will of the Lord your God, your Redeemer. Even so, amen. So you can see how that was a revelation and how it called Newell K. Whitney. Now we start on the second part that is helping explain a little bit more of the law. The word of the Lord, in addition to the law, which has been given, making known the duty of the bishop who has been ordained unto the church in this part of the vineyard, which is verily this, to keep the Lord's storehouse, to receive the friends of the funds of the church in this part of the vineyard. And to take an account of the elders as before been commanded, and administer to their wants, who shall pay for that which they receive, inasmuch as they herewith to pay, as they have herewith to pay. So he's saying, keep the Lord's storehouse. Those that can pay should pay, and that is also, that this also may be consecrated to the good of the church, to the poor and needy. And he who hath not herewith to pay, an account shall be taken and handed over to the Bishop of Zion, who shall pay the debt out of that which the Lord shall put into his hands. So it's letting us know that those who are more poor shall be taken care of as well. And I think I'm going to leave it there for now, because the next part is about the laborers of the faithful who labor in spiritual things. And I'd like to talk about that separately to this. It's very short, this, and it's just talking about the bishops, but you can see it's a little bit different for bishops today, but the principles are still there. We've got the they still receive the funds of the church, and still need to deal with those, and use them sacredly. So this is still quite relevant, even though the way and the magnitude where the church isn't stopping everything. How do I put it? I think I just went on sometimes I get there. I'm just saying. I'm going to end it here. That's one reason why I wanted to end it on 13. I just wanted to get in there, let you know that this still happens, where they administer to the wants of the people in the ward. They take the accounts of those that have paid in their tithing and things like that. And so I think this is still just as relevant today, even though it's not like they're building whole communities like they were back then. So the bishops, well, they are building. Anyway, we just don't have the same way of stewardship as they did, but we do have a stewardship. And whether it be of monetary value or spiritual value or whatever, it's still there, and the bishops still are the ones at the forefront of this. Well, I hope you've learned something today, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow.